Smooth.
He's a player.
He had like a whole kennel full of bitches.
And
he used to be Billy D. Williams' dog.
Right. And speaking of rabies, there was one of the first Israeli film in Fantastic Fest history, and Rabies, which was, I believe, one of the first Israeli horror films, period.
Yeah.
But this was one of the ones that you recommended to me, Brian, specifically. Said, I really think you'll like this, and I'm super glad that you did, because you're right, I absolutely did. And it was another one of those ones where the ending, I had to sit and think about it for a little while and go, I had to decide whether or not I like it the way it ended.
I think it has one of the best ending lines of any movie in the festival. I'm not going to say what it is.
Right.
It spoils, but it's when you get to that point and the last line is delivered, it just feels like the perfect end to a really solid horror film.
Well, it's a horror film that defies what it knows you're expecting from a horror film in a lot of ways. I mean, even the title alone is kind of a tease,
it's a little
really.
deceiving,
but the basic setup is you start off with a typical group of dumb teenagers going out in the drive. We're going to go out to have fun, to have a place out to go party.
I hate them.
You cannot kill them soon enough.
The cell phones don't work. Oh, that's right. Cell phone. No, can't get any reception out here. You're like, oh, shit. Brian, fuck you. It's going to be one of these fucking movies. I can't believe you recommended this to me. Oh, the original title was Wrong Turn 4. You didn't mention that. But
Cabin Fever 18.
Yeah, right.
But they're driving along, and this guy runs in front of their car, and they hit him, and they're like, oh, God, what are we going to do? And he's still alive, badly injured. He's like, you got to help me. My girlfriend, she's, like, trapped in this trap out in the woods, and she's going to die. Please come help me. We've seen in the very beginning of the film is like her in this well, and there's this weird subplot where they're an incestuous brother and sister.
Yeah, they're actually siblings.
Yeah, which is really yet another one of those red herrings the movie throws out at you that just like
really doesn't have anything to do with
anything to do with anything. But the movie keeps making you think that the things that are happening are part of the whole key.
Yeah.
As it goes along, all these two cops get involved in the story.
Yeah.
The guy in question, who was the trapper, who appears to be a serial killer, is in the story, and all these people, and they're slowly turning on each other. And what's fascinating about this movie is it's really just it's like if Lars von Trier wanted to do a fast-moving horror movie, because it's his philosophy. It's like, wow, people suck.
Right.
But it's really bloody in super creative ways. I don't know. What did you think?
What I like about it is that you're right. It plays with your expectations. It goes a lot of places that you don't expect it to go, but not in a way that feels forced. In a way that feels very organic and built into the story. I like that it's a bunch of It's basically like if you had a what do they call those anthology horror film where the stories started connecting to each other.
Yeah,
because it is kind of like it's all based around the location. I mean, the woods is really a central character in the story, is because all these people end up in the same place and they all have their individual horror stories going on that start crossing over, which is really fun to watch.
Yeah, I like the fact that like the central, right, where you go, okay, it's one of those type of movies that you almost forget about until you get to the end. There's a post-beginning of the credits joke that comes back to it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that was awesome.
Yeah, kind of awesome.
Yeah, I really like that one. Well, what else did you see, Brian?
I actually saw the documentary Knuckle.
Oh, you got to see that?
Yeah.
Now, that was tied into the big fight night that they had here.
Because Tim fought Irish bare knuckle boxing champion James Quinn McDonough, who is kind of the central figure in this documentary. And I just have to say, any documentary that catalogs basically one person's life for 12 years, I had no idea, but that was that expansive.
Wow.
I mean, you can see the evolution of like video camera equipment and like the film getting a bigger budget as it goes along because the picture quality just gets better and better.
That's cool.
That's how long they were filming this guy. And I honestly think it's one of the scariest movies at this festival because it is true. Because it's about this like basically tribe of
vampires?
No. They call them travelers.
Fuck it.
They call them travelers. They're basically like a gypsy culture in Ireland.
Oh, the Irish travelers?
Yeah.
The guys who rip people off?
Yeah, exactly.
Sinn Féin.
And they are feuding.
You like dags?
You like dags?
They're feuding almost constantly with other clans, other families that
Right.
do the same thing. And usually they can't even remember why. All they know is that they hate these people. They despise everything that they are.
Because they're drunk.
Yeah, and they start settling settling their disputes by having these vicious bare-knuckle boxing matches out in the middle of nowhere. They're completely illegal, and they put money on them. And it's like, everybody shakes hands at the end and goes home, but then like 2 days later, they start
hate
feuding
each other
again.
again.
And the way they feud with each other is they make tapes where they basically record them. It's like watching WCW or some shit. Because they make tapes where they're like, "Yeah, James Quinn McDonough, you're not with." I don't know, I'm Scottish, but you're not worth a lick of it. You're not worth the ground that you walk on, and I'm going to take your ass out. And like they start like talking smack about each other.
Face paint
and
on.
these tapes get sent around, and like they designate a champion of their family. And James Quinn McDonough was undefeated. This guy is a fucking beast, and it is unsettling to watch him take people apart.
Undefeated until Tim leaked.
Yeah.
You know, the story I heard about that was that Tim got him so drunk.
No.
He was just kind of letting Tim punch him.
Probably the best thing he could have done. Yeah.
I was about to say, I want somebody to do a 12-year, long movie about my life, but then it'd be like, and he's reading X-Men again,
Drinking scotch.
Yep.
Again.
Irishmen are sexy.
He's watching Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy
Again.
Campers.
Wait, 2?
Yeah.
Like 1, I was like, okay, that's one of those DVDs. I'm like, let's just see the good parts. Oh, there's the end. Okay.
Like porn.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly.
But it's a really solid documentary, very interesting. He's a really fascinating person to... Because he's throughout the whole movie, he's trying to retire. He's trying to say, "I'm not going to fight again. I don't want to fight anymore." And he just keeps getting dragged into it. And it's a really fascinating look at a culture that I knew very little about. And that's what a documentary is supposed to do.
True.
But it is entertaining at the same time because these people are just fucking insane.
I was sad I missed that one. That looked really amazing.
Yeah,
but I was
if
like,
it doesn't get picked up for some kind of distribution, I will eat my hat because it's a great documentary.
well, tell you what, guys, I want to take a real quick break because I'm going to buy a few beers. So let me put this on pause, and I'll be back with beers.
Beer!
Yeah. And we're back. We have beers. All's right with the world. And it is Murphy's turn. What did you see?
Extraterrestrial.
the Nacho Vigilando.
The wild man of Spain.
Yeah, the official mascot of Fantastic
Yes,
Beasts.
exactly.
He's awesome.
Yeah, it's a very he's an awesome guy. He's batshit crazy.
Batshit crazy.
He's a lot of fun.
I'm a fan.
During karaoke, he was running around beating people with a spoon.
I didn't know what that was all about. During the Fantastic Feud, on stage, for no reason, he just jumped on one of his people on his side and started punching them.
Yeah.
What was that?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
I heard
He
about
tackled
that.
one of them. That was pretty amazing.
I'm a fan.
Antonio was wearing a Sleepwalkers button that he had gotten from Kayla.
Yeah.
And Nacho saw it and said, "What? Bring that here." And then he spat on the button.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people walking around this year with buttons for really terrible movies because Kayla showed up with this huge bag full
Yeah.
of buttons
I may be
for
one of those
terrible
people.
movies.
Yeah,
Not
me
sure.
too.
Not-
Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
I have
Dr.
that one.
Dolittle.
Star Chaser 3D. Hell yes.
I've got that one.
Death Becomes Her is one of the bad movies.
Well,
I also have Jingle All the Way, if that's more to your
yeah.
taste
And
in bad.
Mom and Dad Save
Actually-
the World.
When it comes to Christmas movies, Jingle All the Way is one of those movies to me that's like, it crosses over where I was like, wow, this movie's so bad, I couldn't be enjoying this
I
more.
watch it every year. It's
Yeah.
a fucking horrendous movie, vile to its very core, but I kind of like watching
But yeah,
it.
it's really fun at the same
That
time.
would qualify as a guilty pleasure.
Yeah,
Yes.
it totally is.
Okay, fair enough. But back to the movie that you
Yes.
actually saw. This
Yeah.
is the second film from him, Nacho, who made the enormously well-received at Fantastic Fest Time Crimes. It's, I guess,
Great
now
movie.
being
Oh,
remade.
okay.
Well, they've been talking about Cronenberg remaking it for a while, but I don't think it's gotten off the ground.
Oh,
yet.
I thought it was already even in production
Oh,
from
maybe
someone
so.
else, but
Maybe
I'm not
so.
sure. I know,
It's
Brian, do you
been
know?
4 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a while.
But this is his second feature, right? There
Yeah.
hasn't been anything else. Okay,
I'm
so
pretty sure.
I think
yeah.
he did some shorts.
He's done a lot of shorts. He's had Oscar-nominated shorts, maybe even Oscar-winning shorts.
Oh, wow, okay.
Or short. But he's done a lot of other shorts that he's produced or directed or whatever. This one is this guy and this girl wake up from this one-night stand, and she obviously doesn't want him there. That hardly even remembers what happened. And then he looks outside and he's like, "Holy shit! There's a giant spaceship floating over the city." And most of the cables out, telephones aren't working, and they're trying to figure out what the hell is going on. But apparently these ships are all over the world, and so he kind of sticks around because he likes her, and she's wanting to get rid of him. But then her live-in boyfriend shows up, And
As they always do.
Captain Cockblock.
Yes. Things get complicated from there. This is not really a science fiction movie per se. You can still categorize it as that, but it's a romantic comedy that is informed by, and the storyline is affected by the presence of these spaceships
Sounds
and how
awesome.
people react. And
Okay.
it's really cute and funny and
Yeah, I heard
weird.
people were expecting something more twisty, more hard sci-fi, like Time Crimes, and then
Not at all.
what he's actually made is almost kind of a romantic comedy,
Yeah.
really, which is, I guess, threw a lot of people off.
Yeah, and well, going into that, he said he's like, in Spain, this kind of thing is what I'm known for, not time crimes. He said, and this is, not full of aliens or lasers or anything like that. So go into it expecting a romantic comedy with a giant spaceship looming over everything and affecting people's decisions.
Oh, so it's Earth Girls Are Easy.
Yes!
It's not
Yes!
even it's not even that sci-fi.
I love that movie. I love it.
That kind of
Legitimately. Love that movie.
But yeah, it's good. I really liked it. It's not amazing. It's not as good as Time Crimes, but it's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I really wanted to see that one, and I still haven't because it's on the critic screening list, and I'm feeling I keep saying that about a lot of the movies, and then I'm going to run out of time. Be like,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I was going to watch it, but they took it down.
I like that voice.
Well, now we reviewed it. I don't have to.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
They love it on Spill when you've reviewed something and haven't watched it or played it.
Shit, I just did that tonight. I got paid for that shit. I'd sit around and go, y'all are all stupid. It was great. I didn't even see it. I don't need to see that.
Let you dummies do that.
Allison, what else did you see?
Well, there was Carre Blanc.
We talked about
that one.
We
yeah.
talked about that one, about how, okay, thank you. My job already makes me want to kill myself. I don't need a moody French movie to, drive it home. Thank you, moody French movies. Your moodiness. And yes, I get it. I mean, I'm smart enough. I got it.
Life is bad.
Life is bad. Okay, thank you. Which is why I don't watch movies that don't have wizards or kung fu in them. I mean, because...
Oh, I'm going to make it the
good
mission
policy.
of my life to find a movie with wizards and kung fu that's core message
I'm
is
gonna
life
give
is
myself
bad.
a challenge for 1 month. I can only watch movies with wizards and or kung fu.
It's awesome. Life is awesome.
I'm gonna do that
We
for
could,
1 month. That's
we
all
could
I'm
do a
gonna
whole new podcast, just the
Yes.
Wizards and Kung Fu podcast.
Yes.
Only Warriors of Zoo Mountain and related films.
Right. Every time Netflix sends me the little red envelopes and I open them up and I'm like, oh, you want to watch this? Allison says, does it have wizards?
Nah.
No. Watch it without me. I swear to God. I'm like, no, but it does have a werewolf. Oh, okay, that's close enough.
Yeah.
What, Wizards and Werewolf have the... I had no idea. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
apparently.
I guess because of Lupin. That's why
Yeah,
it counts.
thank you.
So,
There you go.
That's where it crosses
Nice.
over. I
Sure.
get
Fuck
it.
that kid.
And I